Well, good evening and welcome back to the Broken Gymnasium here on the Broken High School campus. Hi, Chris Chandler here along with Fredo Morales, and we're going to bring you day 2 of the Savage Classic, featuring games between the Broken Lady Savages and the Hugo Lady Buffaloes, and the Broken Savages and Buffaloes. Broken Lady Savages coming off they're just 1-0, coming off a win, and a huge win at that, over the defending 4A state champions from Arkansas, the DeQueen Lady Leopards, in a game in which they a little tight early, but Lady Savages dominated going down the stretch and hope to continue that domination tonight. Of course, Savages will be taking on Hugo, and again, they're coming off a loss to the DeQueen Leopards, but Savages is going to be taking on a really good Hugo team tonight without the services of Graydon Howell or Sky Baker or A.J. Brandon or any of the Savage basketball players that are also on the football team, as they played a state semifinal game at Ada. Of course, they suffered you probably well aware, suffered a loss, but scored more points on the Tuttle Tigers than anyone else had by a 200% plus margin, and represented Broken Bow well in that state semifinal game. But those young men are going to get a night to recuperate, rest, and heal up after a hard football season. And so we'll see the same lineup that we saw on Thursday night against Hugo for Broken Bow's boys. I want to thank all our sponsors. Appreciate our media partners, and there they, well, if you saw them, they are the ones that allow you to watch these games from the comfort of your home or the convenience of your phone anytime on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. And there's the Broken Tiki, McCurtain County National Bank, Jennifer brought us State Farm Insurance, Choctaw Nation, Together We're More program, and Downtown Broken Bow. If you see those businesses or groups, thank them and tell them how much you appreciate being able to watch these games anytime on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. We're about 5.5 minutes away from either tip-off or the national. I'm not sure what the schedule is tonight, either tip-off or the national anthem, and then the introduction of the starting lineup. So we're going to take a break and recognize those sponsors, and then we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes with live action as the Savage Classic continues on its final night here in a nice chilly December evening in Broken Bow. We'll see you in a minute.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Hey, welcome back. Savage cheerleaders over there stunting, as they like to refer to it. And again, they also coming back from a very, very cold evening at Ada, but cheered on the Savage football team, and we'll be here in the gym tonight Sure, this Savage Lady, the Lady Savage basketball team, just a really impressive debut. I don't know how much I can emphasize how impressive it was, that win over the Queen, and not just that it was a win over the Queen, who only lost, I believe, one game last year, but also it was the manner in which they did it. It was a combined team effort, as usual, featuring the immeasurable talent of Jalen Cawthorn, slashing, driving coast to coast, and then shooting from the outside, and Tyson Woolsey from the inside and playing defensively, as well as Katie Rogers. But then also had Genesis Smith, really had a good game. Tremendous effort last night, and saw Aubrey Hightower in there as well. And just those starting five gave a promising look at the future of Brokobo basketball. Keep in mind that Hightower and Rogers are the only two seniors on this team. And so very young Savage basketball, Lady Savage basketball team. And so you see them getting in their warm-up, let's call them laps. But anyway, the Hugo Lady Buffaloes, on the other hand, not, again, a little bit out of their element maybe. Had a struggled against the Wright City Ladies. Of course, Wright City always, they live, eat, and breathe basketball. But I will mention, though, that the Queen Leopards won going away. They beat Brokobo, but they also won going away against the Wright City Lumberjacks. And so, again, I know they're a larger school, but a lot of talent over there across the state line into Queen on the hardwood, and it showed here during this Savage Classic. Oh, we're about to have
our first responders and our veterans with the singing of our.
We're about to have the national anthem sung, and so by another one of Brokobo's very talented student athletes. Another example of some of the talent that is here at the Brokobo Public Schools. By the way, if you want to know what's going on, if you don't, there are several media sources you can go to. We go to the social media pages, Facebook. Instagram page is for Brokobo Public Schools, and catch what's happening here within the school district. Keep up with all the athletics and academics and other activities, as well as what's going on in the community involving the school. And you can follow those teams. By the way, if you ever wonder, obviously, if you're watching this, you have somehow found the link, or somebody you know has found the link for Brokobo Savage's YouTube channel. But you ever wondered if a game's going to be live streamed or if we're going to be carrying it, you can check out the Brokobo, specifically the Facebook page, the Brokobo Public Schools Facebook page. And on the post for that event, there should be a link that will allow you to just click on it, and it'll take you right to the actual live stream for that event. Here comes the starting lineup for the Lady Savages.
Your Lady Savages are coached by Toby Dean. Starting tonight for the Lady Savages, the 5'4" junior, number 4, Genesis Smith.
There's Genesis Smith, and you'll hear the word junior a lot. Those three, of course, all in the junior class. And here come the two senior starters and leaders for that Lady Savage basketball team. Katie Rogers, great game defensively against the Queen. Rogers also, I believe, I think it may be the Kiwanis Club Student of the Month for Broken Bow High School. And so very athletic and smart group here as they huddle at midcourt. Again, they had two different styles of play, but Hugo and Broken Bow, and Broken Bow obviously wants to play their game. Again, they have some weapons. They have outside shooters and inside shooters. They can play in the paint, and also kind of a shutdown defense. That was one of the more impressive things about the game on Thursday night, at least in the first half, is how they shut down that high-powered offense of the Lady Leopards. Let's see how they do against the Queen. And there's Woolsey straight to Rogers, who passes it to, the shot's just a little off the mark and goes out of bounds. And so rebounded. Looks like it's going to be inbounded by the Lady Leopards. Quickly inbound, full press, almost turned over, still in the backcourt, looking for help, closes across, and now it's going to be a 4-on-3 break, but nobody open, and there's a lay-in, does not fall, and there's Tyson Woolsey, the big rebound. Quickly to Rogers. Outside, round to Cawthron. Cawthron down in the corner, shot on the way, buckets! Hightower for three, and that opens the scoring. Press still on, ball bobbles, and then rolls across into the Savage end. Here's a set shot, a little bit over, and then blocked by by Rogers, but either she or Hightower committed a foul with the body, and so that's going to send. It will be on Rogers. That's her first foul by anybody, but in the act of shooting, so it will send the Lady Buffaloes to the free throw line. First shot is good, and so ice is cracked for the scoring. Ice is cracked. Both of those smooth-looking free throw form. 3-2 is your score. Here comes Hightower, working against Starlin. Now it's out to Rogers. Back to Hightower, across to Cawthron. Cross-court pass down in the corner. Rogers to Woolsey. Woolsey pivots, turns around, lays it off the glass, and little off the back of the bracket and into the hands of the Lady Buffaloes. They now have a chance to take their first lead of the game. Drive between Hightower and Rogers, and another foul. And I hope that one's on Hightower. It is, because if it had been on Katie Rogers, it would have been her second in the first minute and a half, and that's not good. But as it was, it's going to send Cooper back to the free throw line. And that one is high off the glass, off the rim, and falls to the floor, no good. Second shot on the way, same place, same result, and another rebound for Tyson Woolsey. Here's quickly down in the paint. Wow, that was a hard tumble to the floor. I hope she gets back up. She does. Tell you, there are many adjectives I can use to describe Jalen Cawthron, and among them is durable and tough. So she sinks the first one. Makes it 4-2 game. Opportunity to make it a 5-2 game. Does not, but the rebound wounds up in her hands across, came off the fingers of Cooper. Now it's out to Rogers, back to Cawthron. Cawthron dribbling to Rogers in the corner, inside to Woolsey, back top of the key. Shot on the way, bucket, nothing but net. Jalen Cawthron with 4 points in about 12 seconds, and the Savages, or Lady Savages, up 7-2. Here comes a pass to the outside. Lady Buffs working now. Double team from Rogers. Rogers, got a hand on it, just had a foot out of bounds. That was a nice sandwich there as Cawthron and Rogers took the opportunity to give Cooper no place to go with the ball, but Rogers was out of bounds. And there's another foul, and that's going to be the third trip to the free throw line tonight in the first 2 minutes of this game for the Lady Buffaloes, and that's where all their points have come from thus far. I should say both their points have come from thus far. But here's Minter with an opportunity. Yeah, and she just hits her first one. Makes it a 4-point game. Kayla Minter's second shot is on the way, and that one hits the back of the bracket, bounces into one of her teammates' hands, and that's another block by Woolsey. She had about 5 in the first game of the class. And look at the double move by Cawthron, and she goes up, and I believe that's going to be a foul on Hugo, as I don't think they were set. Jalen Cawthron elevating, taking advantage of the lack of establishment of the position by Hugo, and so she's going to take a trip to the free throw line. 1 for 2 thus far. But off the second shot last time, Cawthron wound the ball in her hands, and Lady Savages wound up with her nailing a three-pointer from the top of the key. There was a very ill-timed scream that came to try to distract Cawthron. She hadn't even stepped to the free throw line yet, so timing a little off of that. She sinks the first free throw and the second one. Jalen Cawthron, 3 free throws and a three-pointer. She has 6. A 3 by Hightower adds up to 9 for the Lady Savages, and there's going to be another turnover as the Lady Savages now have the ball back with a 6-point lead, 5:45 left first period. Pass outside Smith, working against Minter. Pass to Rogers over the corner to Cawthron. Cawthron feeds it inside in the paint. Hightower driving off the glass and in. Fall away, literally fall away jumper as Hightower fell backwards, but the ball went forwards and through the hoop. 11-3, Lady Savages now with an 8-point lead. Big rebound inside by Hightower. That's actually a tie ball. Possession arrow in favor of Lady Buffaloes, and so they will inbound.
That was on Hugo, number 12, Raya Starling.
All the scoring by Cawthron and Hightower this far. And here's Woolsey, top of the key, pass outside, open look for Hightower. That one goes under the net, and somehow, was that Cawthron came out with it. Turnaround jumper, Cawthron from 3, and it's another three-pointer for Cawthron. A jumper from behind the perimeter. Cawthron now with 9 points, 2 by virtue of 2 trays. Here's a drive and lay-in by Hightower. And the scoring goes on. Timeout, Lady Buffaloes, and probably well timed as Lady Savage is starting to run away with this one. 16-3 is your score. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well and be right back. You're watching Brookable Lady Savage basketball on the Brookable Network. See you in a minute.
My native history was like instilled in me. Anytime there was an obstacle in front of me, and I would just go back to my roots, being Choctaw, the warrior side of it, being mentally tough. I love representing my heritage.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, there you see the Lady Savages getting instruction from Coach Toby Beam and it's a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, as it were. I guess Coach and Mrs. Smith would be more appropriate. Or Coach Smith and Coach Smith, but Lady Savages, a well-disciplined ball club, and that, often that does come from coaching. Here's a drive inside. Wow, that was an impressive drive and lay-in by Minter as she threaded between 3 Lady Savage defenders, laid it off the glass on the other side, and got it to fall. Here's pass inside. Smith back outside. Cawthron for 3. Cawthron! 3 in a row. Cawthron is 3 for 3 from outside the perimeter, already in double figures. Lady Savage is now back up by 14. Here is a toss off the glass, and that looked like a block by Hightower as she gesticulates with the flapping arms like, what? So, but that will send, that's going to be the fourth different Lady Buffalo player to shoot from the free throw line tonight. That's also the, oh, wow, that's the second foul on Hightower, so. They will let her get a short breather in the meantime as Nia Griffin comes in for Aubrey. Here's a ball, hits the floor after it was first touched by Cawthron, and then Cawthron winds up with it behind the back dribble. Jalen Cawthron showing off her skill. Pass down to Woolsey. Woolsey goes up, lays it off the glass, and gets the +1. The point and the foul opportunity for a three-point play. That was really impressive behind the back dribble. As Cawthron bringing it up, took the opportunity to keep her stride and possession of the basketball. And I give her an assist. Well, that was a great job by Woolsey, too, because she had two players down under her feet. Had the concentration to actually lay it in. And there's a tip on the rebound. Off the missed free throw, winds up in the hands of the Lady Buffaloes. Here comes Mentor with the loop-to-loop, does not fall. 5 for the rebound, Cawthron has it. Here comes Jalen Cawthron accelerating, pass down to Griffin. Griffin lays it off the glass and comes back into the hands of Smith, out to Cawthron. Cawthron for 3, high bounce, and I guess they're going to, I think it might have hit the top of the backboard, which is out. At least that's what I'm going with. It's going to be in, but I don't see a foul called, so that's what the call is. So that's going to be inbounded by Lady Buffs. Lady Savage is running away with it here in the first period, 21-5. Still over 3 minutes left in this first period, and Katie Rogers gets a steal. Here's Woolsey, picks up her dribble, gets it out to, in the corner, back to Rogers. Rogers from 3. Rogers buries it. Katie Rogers with a tray. Rogers becomes the fourth Lady Savages to put points on the board. They're at 24. That is an incredible scoring blitz in the first 5.5 minutes. To give you an idea what 24 points in this much time means, that's on a pace to score about 120 in a 48-minute game. I mean, 100 points, you see it often in the NBA. They play for what amounts to an extra period and a half. 60 minutes versus 48. The Lady Savages already have almost a quarter of 100 points. In fact, Jalen Cawthron has the opportunity to make it 25. Misses the first shot, but she will get another. And there's going to be a mass substitution by the Lady Buffs. Brookabo really looking good from behind the rim, and there it is. There's 25th point for Broken Bow. And that's going to be Cawthron's 10th, and she's now in double figures. Move down inside, and that looked like a contested shot, but maybe contested a little too aggressively, shall we say. And so that's going to be a foul on Burris, her first, 5th team foul on the Lady Savages. And so, and that's did not call glass, but it does not matter. So that's going to count. Gets the Lady Buffs to 6. Second shot on the way. This one, that also falls in. Nice rotation as that ball was spinning, hit the back of the bracket, but went almost straight up and came almost straight back down. And she got her team to 7. Oh, nice feed inside from Smith. Now it's back out from Woolsey to Smith. Smith with the jumper and rolls across. Rebound inside, knocked out by Cawthron, but into the hands of Hugo. Here's a break and good defense, good hustle. Genesis Smith ran the floor. Got down there, there's a pass, and a lay-in falls for Cawthron. Credit Griffin with the assist. Lady Savages rolling 27-7, 20-point lead. Still 1:51 left in the first period. Oh, man, this is and now, if you caught that, that's why they put those padded supports at the end of behind the baseline at the end of the court, because you could go crashing into them, and that's what just happened. She appears to be okay, but maybe go get you checked out. Make sure you didn't dislocate his shoulder. That was Soraya Smith for the Lady Buffs. It's Watts now handling the ball for Hugo. To Mentor, to Watts, and that's a little bit too much velocity. King, the intended recipient, but that hard pass goes out of bounds and will be Broken Bow basketball. Genesis Smith bringing it up. As pass out to Griffin, out to Rogers. Rogers for three. Rogers! Rogers has 2 threes. Hightower has 2 threes. Cothran has 3 threes. Wow. Great shooting from beyond the perimeter. We still have over a minute left to go in the first period. Broken Bow already laying it on. 30 points on the board. Here's a up and under. Does not fall. Rebound inside by Rogers, and then she gets poked, I think, in the eye. Yeah, she tough player, but
Fouls on Hugo, number 4, Addie.
one of the things that getting poked in the eye does, it makes it water. It makes it kind of hard to see the basket, but that will send Katie Rogers down to the other end. That's 5 team fouls on Hugo, and so she will be shooting 2 at the other end. And hits the front as she tries to shake the blurriness out of her visual field. The second shot is up and in. Nice shooting by Katie Rogers. And now Broken Bow has 31 as we're in the final minute of this first period. Out to Watts, but for Hugo. To Cooper, bounce pass inside. And 3-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound, and that's going to be a jump ball called. Possession arrow now in favor, in favor of Hugo, so they will inbound. And stolen on the inbound pass by Griffin. Quickly gets it to Cothran. Cothran dribbling. Cothran accelerating. Jalen Cothran kicks it out to the side. Now it's Katie Rogers for 3. Bounces off the bracket support. And rebound by Griffin. Pass inside. Rogers off the glass and in. And the foul. Katie Rogers already has 2 3-pointers from outside the perimeter and a chance to add a 3-point play from inside with a nice lay-in and a foul. By the way, that puts Rogers at 9 points. Make it 10. Katie Rogers becomes the 3rd Lady Savage to get into double figures in the first period of this game. Wow, this is a scoring bonanza. Little confusion there as the whistle's blown. Might have been a push away from the, it is a pushing foul. Shoving foul away from the ball. That's going to be on Griffin. That's her first. It is already in the bonus, so that is, both teams are. And so that's going to send Hugo to the line. Shots up. First one hits the bracket support, then goes back over the front of the rim, no good. Second shot, also no good. Rebound, Griffin. 11 seconds left. Lady Savages kick it out to the corner. Here's a drive inside, back to the top. Griffin for 3. Griffin! What a scoring. So look at the hand. You can tell. I'd be excited too. That is one of the best displays of 3-point, of just shooting, but 3-point shooting I have seen by a Broken Bow girls team or any high school team ever. 37 points on the board in the first period. Lady Savage running away with this one, 37-7. We'll come back with second period action after this message. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow Network. See you in a minute.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Welcome back. Well, if you're just tuning in, that is not a malfunction of the scoreboard. It is the beginning of the second period, and the Lady Savages have put 37 points on the board. And 3 players, Cawthron, Rogers, and Hightower, in double figures. Just crazy three-point shooting. And it looks like they may want to try to continue that as pass outside to Hightower. Inside, and I think she drew the foul. Did indeed. So, nope. Actually, we committed one. Never mind. So, well, 16 seconds in, and oh, no. Never mind. No foul. Just a travel call. Okay. So it's going to be Starlin for the Lady Buffs to Cooper. Cooper working against Hightower. Picks up her dribble. Gets it out to King. Now back to Minter. Pass, Doug, give and go to Minter. Minter working inside against Burris. Minter's turnaround jumper's no good. Rebound by Burris. Burris bringing it up the court. Gets it to Smith. Smith crossover. Smith at the top of the key picks up her dribble, looking for help. Gets it out to Hightower. Hightower looked like she thought about shooting it, and why not? Driving in, splits a couple of defenders, and doesn't get the ball to fall, but does draw the foul, and so that is going to, or did she? Nope, got called for the travel. Never mind. I guess and I saw that she definitely got the ball tied up. I thought they might have got her arm, but they tied the ball up. So good job and good defense by the Lady Buffs to tie that up and force a turnover. And we're already almost a minute and a half in at this point in the first period, and they had about 15 points on the board. Here's a layup. Well, I don't know if it's called it a layup or not. It was a one-handed shot that went off the glass and into the hands of Brokebo. And here comes Hightower trying to pass it out and gets it stolen. Quick reaction by the Lady Buffs as they bring it back up the court. Out to Minter and out guarded by, I don't think she's going to take that shot against Tyson Woolsey. Yeah, but she might take it from here, in and out. Rebound, Hightower, quickly out to Smith. And she'll bring it up court. Smith with a head fake and then kicks it back outside. Oh, there's a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching Brokebo Lady Savage basketball on the Brokebo Network. See ya in 15.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow, today.
Welcome back. Chris Chandler here, along with Fredo Morales on the camera, and we are watching, we're watching what in the first period was a shooting clinic put on by Brokebo. Here's Woolsey inside, and she's going to, I believe, draw the foul from, I believe that's on King. Nope. It's going to be on Starling. That's her third. Non-shooting foul. Pass into Rogers. Rogers down the baseline. Quickly draws two defenders. Gets it back to Woolsey. Woolsey's a little long on the glass shot. Couldn't get it to fall, so it's Hugo's basketball. Here come the Lady Buffs. Arching pass. And now here's a shot over Woolsey and does not fall. Woolsey with another rebound, then a foul. That's she fouled Tyson. That's going to be the third team foul against the Lady Buffs. 5:33 left first half. Griffin to Rogers. Rogers brings it across the half-court line. Rogers looks like she may drive all the way. She does, lays it in, and does not fall. Gets her own rebound, and then gets it stripped as Minter brings it back up to the court. Minter met at half-court by Burris, then quickly kicks the ball back out to the side, and they keep working inside, trying to get those shots against Tyson Woolsey. You saw the arc on that one. It went so high it almost hit the top of the backboard. And Tyson Woolsey, just a great post player, great defender, and demonstrating why it's hard to get a shot off against her. There's a shot from the corner by Burris, but hits the little bit short. And then somehow Cawthron got the ball and laid it up off the glass and in. So Cawthron opens up the second half scoring for the Lady Savages. Or sorry, second period scoring for the Lady Savages. Much slower pace than the first period, but I don't know how it could be any faster than it was in the first period. There's a shot and a rebound by Broken Bow. And Woolsey quickly gets it back to Griffin, who gets it to, is that Cawthron? Wow. That's a spin move by Cawthron with the basketball, and just a no-look pass to Woolsey. Great assist by Cawthron. Nice lay-in all alone by Woolsey. As that's some highlight reel footage there, folks. 41-7. Broken Bow feeling it. Man, this is the Lady Savage basketball team. If the first, I guess we're still they're just past halfway through this second period. So if the first game's 5.5 quarters of play or any indication, we got something special to look forward to this season. Man, that is some impressive. And again, I know Hugo, their program's a little bit down from previous years, but that three-point shooting in the first period, it was just stellar. In fact, we don't have those records going back over the history of Broken Bow basketball, but that may be close to, if not the record, at least for not only for 3 points made, but three-point percentage shooting in a single period of play. Here's Cawthron laying it in. Splits two defenders, lays it off the glass and in. 43-7. Hugo trying to get something off. Wow, made a spin move, kind of opened up the space a little. Did you see that was Tyson Woolsey just kind of lifted one arm and used the other arm as a bar, a la the arm bar, and made some space to pass in. Oh, nice feed down to Rogers. And then Rogers gets it back to Woolsey. Woolsey in the paint, lays it off the glass, no good, knocks it back out. Cawthron knocks it back out to Rogers, back to Cawthron. Cawthron to Hightower. Hightower looking, thought about getting it to Smith in the corner, then takes it, dribbles it out. Rogers out on the wing, and she's going to slow things down, set up another play. Now it's Cawthron to Smith, to Hightower, back inside. Cawthron wide open, can't get the shot, but good hustle by Rogers to get a hand on the ball. Does knock it out of bounds, and so it will be Hugo inbounding at 2:31 left. So Johnson bringing it up the floor for the Lady Buffs. Kicked out on the wing. Smith and Cawthron on the defensive work, trying to get a trap going. They do knock the ball loose. Winds up in the hands of Woolsey. Turnover. Lady Savage's offense. Now bringing it into the Hugo end of the court. Here's Cawthron. Another no-look pass. Woolsey lays it off the glass and in. Woolsey now with 9, her team with 45. I don't know if Coach Switzer's watching, but Lady Savages may indeed hang a half 100 before halftime. Here's oh wow, that was a hard hit. And I think it was called a tie ball. So it's going to be inbounded by Broken Bow as mass substitutions. And you see the Lady Savage starters getting congratulated, and as they should. That was impressive. 1:43 left in the half. 45-7 is your score. Lady Savages with a huge advantage here. Here comes Smith. Smith looking to drive the lane, kicks it outside to Burris. Burris loses her dribble, gets it tossed, and here's Griffin driving in the paint. Griffin lays it off. Rebound inside, put back is good by Woolsey. Woolsey now has 6 points in this second period. Lady Savages still running away with it. That's going to be actually a foul on Burris, her second. First team foul this period. So that will send Cooper to the free throw line. See if she can get some points on the board. First one hits the back of the rim, bounces back out, and there goes Woolsey. Woolsey takes a well-deserved rest as Kent, and there's the second free throw for Lady Buffs in. Kendra Camp in for Woolsey, and so here comes Lady Savages. Another drive, kicks it back outside. Griffin to Smith. Smith looking, Smith spins, looking for help. Smith turns around and nails the shot, but took one step too many prior to releasing it, and so that's going to be a travel call. So here comes Cooper out to Watts and then back inside to Johnson. Oh, off the shoulder, no look pass, but the teammate wasn't looking either, and so that's going to turn it over. Lady Savages will have it 45 seconds left in the first half as Genesis Smith do the honors. And they're waiting for a couple of more substitutions to see Coach Toby Bean instructing Smith and Griffin on how to operate this particular play. And here comes Smith driving, picks up her dribble, kicks it back out to the top quickly out to Griffin. Griffin turns around looking for help, throws it into, and wow, oh my. That was Genesis Smith pops right back up. That was a hard fall. She's a very durable and tough player. Here's free throw, and that is a smooth-looking shot as Genesis Smith sinks it. Second one off. Man, Genesis Smith has such a good-looking free throw form. I mean, both of those were exactly the same shot and had exactly the same result. Lady Savages 1 point away from 50. Here's a shot from the corner, three-pointer a little long. Good rebound inside, and the putback is does not fall for the Lady Buffs. Here comes a double team in the backcourt. They get it out to Smith. Smith with the leaner and bounces high. Still 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That shot does get off, and so it hits the rim. No good. Savages jinxed them. Lady Savages, what an impressive start as 49 points at halftime is a great number, but 37 of them came in the first 8 minutes. Broken Bow just putting on a clinic here. You see the Lady Savage cheerleaders. They're throwing some sort of memorabilia fan stuff up here. So, yeah, pretty good arms. And so, one of those shots went all the way up to the top. Anyway, a lot to cheer about. Lady Savages lead 49-8, and they look unstoppable in this game. Well, we've got a timeout at halftime, about 10 minutes of 10 minutes of break before we start the third period and second half of this basketball game. And so we're going to take a break and let you hear from some of our media partners, and then we'll be back with second half action in the first of 2 games that we're broadcasting and live streaming tonight from Broken Bow, featuring Broken Bow against Hugo. We'll be back in about 6 minutes. See you then.
Being on one of the best teams in the country, winning Big 12s, you're not wrestling for just yourself. You're wrestling for your team behind you, your coaches, all the fans in the stands. You're wrestling for all the national championships that have been won in the past. That pushes you in the mat room, in the weight room, out on the competition mat. You have more than just you that you're wrestling for. This culture here is like, it's cowboy culture, so everybody here, we're all blood. It's really awesome.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Jalen Cochran.
Why is it? Well, welcome back. Yeah, we just quickly, a quick start as they came out, clock hit 0, and no war. They just started playing. I guess they wanted to get this one over as Jalen Cochran already has put the Lady Savages over the half-century mark. Here's a rebound and put back. That's going to put Woolsey at the free throw line. And again, welcome back. Thanks to those media partners that you saw on your screen for allowing you to watch these. And there's a swish from Tyson Woolsey. That first period, I think that, I'm pretty sure that first period is a record score for a Lady Savage basketball team, 37 points, and Woolsey adds another one. But certainly that three-point shooting was unprecedented. Here comes Starlin. And his shot's on the way. Falls tipped. Looked like that might have been tipped by I think Cochran intentionally tipped that to Woolsey. And then foul on Hugo, so it goes out of bounds. That's going to be second team foul. Well, he scored to the scoreboard on the Lady Buffs. Here's Woolsey at the top of the key. And, nice fake and then feed to Cochran, but good defensive. Watts got out there and actually blocked or tapped the ball out of Cochran's hands. Long bullet pass. Smith for three. And a rebound contested for and brought back down by the Lady Buffs. Here's a shot by Johnson. Off the glass and in. That's a three-pointer. And they crack into double figures. Here's Rogers to Hightower. Hightower's three-point shot a little long and into the hands of King. And then there's the ball's tied up, guys. Cochran tried to get the steal. Lady Buffs recover, and so they now have the ball in the forecourt. And a block by Cochran. Smith, one-touch pass from Smith to Cochran. Cochran lays it up, gets the basket, and a trip to the free throw. Jalen Cochran. Man, that was just quick thinking by Genesis Smith. As soon as she got the ball, she threw it to the place where Cochran was going to be. Almost like a timing route in football, and Cochran, it was a completion to Cochran and resulted in 2 points and a chance to make it three. Cochran's shot is good. The 2+1. Cochran had 16 points in the first half, leading all scorers. And there's a save, good save by, I believe, King for Hugo. There's a shot on the way, three-pointer off and into the hands of Burris. Quickly gets it to Hightower. Hightower bringing it up the side of the court in front of the scorer's table, across to the three-point arc. Here's Burris dribbling, kicks it outside on the perimeter, and then backs back out. Ball to Hightower. Hightower looking inside and then kicks it out to Burris on the wing. Move from the outside by Smith and then to Hightower and then back out to Burris on the wing. That's actually Marshall. That's actually Marshall, not Smith. I missed that substitution for Brokobo, but yeah, I don't know if we'll see any more of Jalen Cochran. Well, at the beginning of the fourth period, normally they would put the starters back in for a couple of possessions, but otherwise that may be it. And that's actually good job contesting Woolsey in the paint by Hugo. Has managed to prevent her from shooting the ball. Went out of bounds off of the Lady Buffs. And here's Burris inbound. Out to Marshall and then out Inside turnaround jumper, does not fall, rebound. Woolsey inside putback, no good, gets a second rebound and then gets it stripped trying to go back up, and then there's going to be a foul on Hightower. She got a hand on the ball, but then kind of a body check into Lady Buff, and so that's going to be the first team foul on the Lady Savages. Three-pointer for Lady Buffs off the front of the rim, and tie ball on the rebound. Goes down, possession arrow in favor of Hugo. They will inbound as both players get helped back up off the floor. That's Hightower, and I didn't get the number of the Hugo player, but and they're going to call timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well and then be right back. You're watching Brookable Lady Savage basketball on the Brookable YouTube channel.
My native history was like instilled in me. Anytime there was an obstacle in front of me, and I would just go back to my roots, being Choctaw, the warrior side of it, being mentally tough. I love representing my heritage.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Well, Lady Savages look well in command of this one. Again, just the strongest start out of the gate I think I've ever seen a Lady Savage basketball team have. Threw up 37 points in the first period and have maintained that lead ever since then. Here's a steal by Hightower going for the lay-in, and it falls. That's Hightower's, I believe that's our 9th point of the basketball game. Gets Broken Bow to 58. Yes, turnaround and partially blocked by Tyson Woolsey. Blocked again, this time not partially, fully blocked by Woolsey. And now it's Burris with the lay-in at the other end. The Lady Savages have 60. Here come Lady Buffs backing out, working against Marshall. Looked like a little bit of screen, but miscommunication on the pass. I believe that Burris might have got a hand on it to knock it out of bounds, though. So and she did, as at least refs indicating that it's going to be inbounded by Hugo. Hugo giving some signals, and they kick it down. Rogers back in to guard down there in the corner. And there's another block. That one was by Cawthron. And I said, oh, Cawthron and Rogers back in the game. And I like what I see. You have the like a starter or two. Wow, look at that put back by Cawthron. Cawthron just went up and just jacked that back in midair, caught the ball and threw it off the glass. But to continue that thought, I like what I'm seeing is you have at least one of the starters on the floor with the subs that have come in order to have at least one person that is a very experienced player. And so you don't have you have a leader on the floor, one thing, that can instruct the players where to get if they are out of position, and also that has a feel for that offense. That ball goes out of bounds and will be inbounded by the Lady Savages. 2:26 left, third period. Broken Bow Lady Savages well on their way to being a 2-0 basketball team, as they have dominated throughout, and that may be either a foul or a travel. Let's see which one. I think it's the latter, and so that's going to be a turnover. It'll be Hugo basketball. Here's a shot, and wow, that was picked up by Cawthron as one of the Hugo fellas. Oh, nice. Oh, full court pass. Cawthron with the assist. Rogers with the short off the glass shot. 64-11 is your score. Here's a baseline move, and that might be a blocking foul on Broken Bow. Let's see. Nope. Yep, yeah, it is. So the ball will be inbounded. Fourth team foul on the Lady Savages. 1:37 left, third period. Bounce pass inside. Hugo working around the perimeter. Katie Rogers, oh wow, nice shuffling. Way to keep your, oh wow, that was a great three-point shot by Mentor for Hugo, but Rogers did a good job of moving laterally and cutting off that paint. Now it's Cawthron, and boy, you just can't, look how quick she moves. She gets the ball and ducks under one player and then does the scoop and almost score. And the ball doesn't go through the hoop, but she does get the foul, and that will send her to the free throw line. I think that's Cawthron's, I think that's her 20th point of this basketball game. Had 16 of those in the first half, and maybe the 21st as well. And now there's, it's not like the whistle blew about 5 times. Not sure what. Oh, that's so they could do that. Lady Savages could substitute. Cawthron goes out. Camp comes in. Hugo Johnson passes it inside to King, outside, three-pointer on the way, and does not fall, and a rebound is contested as looked like Hugo got a hand on it first, and then Kendry Camp just grabbed a hold of it, went down in a pile, but tied it up, but the possession arrow is in favor of Hugo, so Lady Buffs will inbound. 49.5 seconds left, third period. Lady Savages lead by 52. Mentor outside, pretty good open shot, rolls across though, and an easy rebound for Griffin. Griffin working inside, bounce pass, Griffin to Burris. Burris puts it up, doesn't fall. Camp gets the rebound, Camp kicks it out. Griffin drives the lane and extends. Another rebound. Wow, that was great stick-to-itiveness by Camp as she got the rebound, I believe, and drew the foul. Kendra Camp in there mixing it up with 3 defenders, 3 opponents. And as a result, she gets to go to the free throw line. That's about her 4th rebound, and I think she's only been in this game for about, at least in this half, for about 1 minute and 5 seconds. This is the first of the 2 shots. Second free throw coming up, and that one goes off the side. Oh, I thought it looked like a good lateral movement that time by Mentor to get it. 18 seconds, 3-point on the way, and high rebound. Second shot, no good. Ball hits the floor. There's a pile of people, and then Katie Rogers got a hand, among others, and then Rogers winds up with the basketball, tied up again. This time it'll be Broken Bow's basketball. Possession arrow in their favor. 5.7 seconds left. Time to run your a little practice on your 5.7 second play. Long inbound pass. It's going to be a time to launch a shot or not. They do get it off, and nope, to Camp, and buzzer went as she was leaving the floor, so well before she released. So that's going to do it for 3 periods of play. Again, Broken Bow well in command of this one. Lady Savages 66, Lady Buffs 14. We'll be back with the final period of this second, next to the last game of the Savage Classic. You're watching Broken Bow Lady Savage basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube channel.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Welcome back. Well, this game has slowed considerably in pace. if you are just joining us, or if you just joined us, if you joined us anytime after the first 8 minutes of game time, you need to rewind this video and rewatch that. 37 points put up by Broken Bow in the first period. And I'm pretty sure we're going to check on it. That's almost got to be a record. Just an incredible three-point, incredible all-around shooting clinic put on by Broken Bow. But from three-point line, they were stellar. Here's a rebound inside. Quickly by Marshall, gets it out. Oh, nice move. Spin move by Griffin, and there's a foul. That may be reaching over. And it is. It's Griffin. And I know that technically there's not an, quote, over-the-back foul, but when you have position established, somebody runs into you, then that's what the call is. Oh, and that looked like almost a steal. It was. Nice steal. Back in the backcourt as Marshall just kind of took it out of the hands, and then turnabout's fair play. Hugo gets it back as she tries to drive toward the paint. Bounce pass inside, down low post, and good rebound. Nice position. Needs a little help as Griffin, the ball goes off the foot to Burris. A pass, play with the U.S. women's soccer team with that kind of passing. Here's a leaner, does not fall, hits the glass, it goes back down the floor. Watts picks it up, quickly gets it to Cooper. Feed, oh, that was a good feed inside, but a nice defensive play. And superior position by Griffin, and now Griffin's driving toward the near shot. Griffin backs it up, shoots from three, and that's shots off the mark, winds up in the hands of the Lady Buffs, and there's a whistle as they stop play for maybe an equipment. Yeah, I tell you, that's a loose shoelace, and so momentarily stop play, and now we resume. Clock continues to run, and we're still in the third period. Actually, that's not right. That shouldn't be right. That period on the scoreboard's wrong. We're in the fourth period. We did just take that break, so I just didn't reset the fourth period. But so this last 5.5 minutes will go with a running clock. Will go really quickly. Well, Broken Bow is gonna move to 2-0 with two very impressive victories. One because of the quality of their opponent, a defending state champion, 4A state champion from Arkansas, in the defense, and the other one for the quality of their shooting in the first period. And again, this looks like a very special group of young student athletes. That's a telegraph pass that was stolen by Cooper, and she gets the easy lay in at the other end, and that's going to follows bench. Cooper's now stalking Griffin, looking to get another one. Griffin passed down to Burris in the paint. Ball's banging around down there. And now they look like they're going to try to drive inside with the leaner and rebound inside by Burris. Wow, it was knocked loose by, I believe, Mentor, and then laid in. Lady Savage is backing up, looking for help, gets it across court to, I believe, Anderson. And there's a struggle down at the other end. I believe that was I think that was Hurst over there. Nope, that was Carly Dickerson, just a freshman. And having a little footwear issue over there. And now we're back into play. Burris gets the ball stripped, and now it looks like Hurst. I'm sorry, that was Dickerson that maybe got a hand on it. Hugo maintains possession, however. Working inside, shot is in and out, and then back off the board. Rebound, Broken Bow. I think that was Anderson with the Broken Bow. Here, Anderson with the rebound, sorry. Broken Bow just threw the ball down court. The possession arrow is in their favor, as we're going to see some more substitution. So Anna and Hurst in for Broken Bow. As pass, and see, that's a little frustration. Obviously, the game not in doubt, but Coach Toby Bean, coach is always coaching, and says you got a little, let's say, lackadaisical on that pass. Burris working against Mentor, and Burris grabs the ball, and that's either going to be traveling or a foul. I'm afraid it's going to be the latter, and it's going to send Mentor to the free throw line. Good hustle by Burris, but grabbed a part of the arm as well as the basketball. So, I would say it doesn't stop the clock as they're going to leave it running, but 2:29 left. That's going to put Mentor at the free throw line. She's going to add a point for her team. Second shot up. This one also falls. Good free throw shooting by Mentor. And Hurst looking for help, gets it to Burris. Burris bringing it quickly across the half-court line, and then it's going to be Anna picks up. And a good hustle by Anna to get over the ball before it gets to the timeline. And now the ball's knocked loose into the backcourt. Still going, saved. And here's a bounce pass that looked like Hurst got a hand on it, knocked it to Anna. The ball's on the floor, and now it's a scramble. Somehow Mentor comes up with it, tries to drive, and that shot's not going to count as the whistle was blown before she released the basketball, but I believe she was fouled. That kind of academic at this point. Technically, I don't think that should be a shooting foul, but as the whistle was blown before she actually released the ball, but it might have been before she released the ball because her arm was grabbed and she couldn't release the ball. Anyway, she's 3 for 3 from the free throw line for the last 3. That one doesn't, as I jinxed her. And now here's a pass that's knocked loose by Cooper, but it goes out of bounds off her, and so will be inbounded by Hurst. Well, I think so. We're waiting for a moment to. Oh, we may have some kind of. I don't know. Anyway, pause and play. Last minute as ball comes inbound. Looking, gets it out. Anna for 3 off the front of the glass. Scramble for the rebound. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Cooper. Cooper brings it across. 30 seconds left. Cooper kicks it out to the side. Feed back in, turn around, lay in, no good. Rebound, Lady Savages. I believe that's Anderson that got it. No, that's Hurst that got the basketball. Here comes Hurst scrambling for it. And here's Cooper with picked up, just really in one motion, picked up the shot. We're going to credit Avery Anderson with the rebound on that. She was standing there when it came down. And ball comes out to the side. And that's going to do it. Lady Savages win going away 66-21. And that game was really not in doubt about 5 minutes into it when Lady Savage were just drilling three-pointers. Boy, they have put on quite a display out there. Well, that's going to do it for the girls portion of the of the Savage Classic. Broken Boy is going to come on and play, though, against a very tough Hugo team. In fact, I would say a very highly favored Hugo team. Again, Broken Boy is playing without any of the basketball players that play on the football team as they get a chance to recover, and so that, of course, means they're playing without Graydon Howell. It makes quite a difference, basically in any sport he plays, but on the basketball court has, in fact, he set the freshman scoring record for Broken Bow at 43 points against Hugo during this, I believe it was during this tournament 2 years ago as a freshman. Anyway, boys grabbing little time for practice, and so we'll take a quick break as they warm up, and then we'll bring you the final game of the 2025-26 Savage Classic. It'll be Broken Bow Savages versus the Hugo Buffaloes. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Sat down on the train, you skipping school, I'm trying to
Sorry. All right. One, Camarion. All right, get ready. 24s.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we arrived at game 4 of the 2025 series.
Well, welcome or welcome back. You watch the Brookable girls' victory over the Lady Buffs, and this game's going to be much more competitive. Well, we hope it's going to be much more competitive because Hugo will come into this as a favorite. They are an excellent basketball team. Some of the players to watch is the Hugo starting lineup gets number 5, Quincy Shelton. Number 5, deep threat, can shoot from anywhere on the floor, but especially deadly outside the perimeter. And a couple of guys named Edwards, Mackay, and Malaki. And Savage is going to have trouble handling the O's. But listen, again, because there are at least 3 starters of the Savage basketball team will not be playing tonight as they finished up a semifinal game in Ada for the Brooklyn Savage football team. And so, but one of those is just junior phenomenon, who also is on pace to break the all-time scoring record at Brokobo High in basketball, well, and in football for that matter. Graydon Howe. So he will not be on the floor tonight. Neither will A.J. Brannon, nor will DeJohn Hall or Kalel Flagg. I don't. And I haven't seen a lot of them. I don't know how many of these are out. I know Graydon obviously played basketball. I'm pretty sure A.J. is too. But we've got some other. Again, this is a good opportunity. This is the first 2 games of the season, and it is a festival type. It's a Savage Classic, so it's not any type of tournament. It's not any type of, certainly not a district game. So it's an opportunity for some of the returning starters and new faces on the floor to get some experience. And but they are going to have their hands full tonight. Here's the tip-off, and it is swatted. Wow, almost into the rapture. Good hustle by Brokobo, and then Shelton bangs it out of bounds, but that will be inbounded by Broken Bow. As I mentioned, Sky Baker, also one of those starters that played football. So long inbound to Hightower. Hightower working top of the key against Edwards. He picks up his dribble quickly around the horn to Axton and then to McDaniel. McDaniel kicks it back out. And then, oh, nice feed inside. That was great teamwork as they found McDaniel under. That was a great assist as well. And so Savages strike first. Jackson McDaniel for 2. And here is a double team inside trying to get the ball. Good trap. Now out to Shelton again. He can't shoot from anywhere, but watch him to pull it up and shoot from 3. That was a high arcing rebound, though. Nice job going up and getting it by Hightower. And now it's going to be knocked loose and knocked out of bounds by the Buffs. Again, thanks to all our media partners you see at the bottom of your screen on either side of the scoreboard here. Thank those people for allowing you to watch these live stream games on the Brokobo Savages YouTube channel. Inside, here's Axton, top of the key. Axton pulls up, shots top of the key. Oh, wow, 3-pointer. Colin Axton. Savages up 5-0. There's a move by Edwards inside. And here's a 3-pointer on the way, and that's nothing but net. That's Edwards. Edwards for 3. Cuts the Savage lead to 2. 6:20 and ticking here, first period. And there's a pass outside. It's going to be Hightower. Hightower working. Well, he gets cut. Oh, great pass inside and a nice finish. Wow, that was a great finish by Hanks, but that was I think that was Pratt, that just a bullet pass. Threaded the needle. Here's a 3-point shot on the way, no good. Went back the other way, it's McDaniel handling the basketball, working against King, one of the King, Lorenzo King. There's 2 Kings and 2 Edwards on the Hugo team, and that's just loses control, but Hightower got his pocket picked and going the other way. That's going to be 2 points for Hugo. And there's Kamari and King with a 2-pointer. 2-point ball, back to a 2-point ball game. 7-5 advantage Brokobo. And there's a steal. Well, got a good hustle. Gets it back as Pratt got it. And Ryan Woolsey wants a timeout. They're going to talk things over about how they're going. 30 seconds timeout. We're going to stay right here. Talk about this basketball team. Of course, stopped short of advancing to the state playoffs last year, but man, what an exciting trip it was. A lot of exciting plays and games throughout the season, but then it was Colin Axton that hit a buzzer beater as a freshman last year to send the Savages to the regionals. And so Broken Bow again, although these are young players, they are, for the most part, they are experienced. And McDaniel will be the sole senior on the floor tonight. And here comes Hightower. Trying to work, trying to find a lane. Good defense shown by King. And now it's Pratt outside. Axton baseline, spin move. Axton double teamed and now needs some help. Long pass from Axton to McDaniel. McDaniel working and gets the ball knocked loose. And that is Quincy Shelton. Shelton, floater, no good. Tries to get his own rebound, fights for it. Hanks in there as well in the mix. Shelton winds up with it to King. Lorenzo King, that is. Back to Camarion King, and then it's two-point shot on the way. High rebound, and that was pulled down easily by Hightower. There's a move on the ball as the pass went across. You see Woolsey Coach Woolsey over there pointing and then indicating the play they're going to attempt to run as Hightower bounce pass to Hanks. Hanks now dribbles. Now it looked like McDaniel had just a second flash to shoot and then was covered immediately. And there's, that might be an ill-advised drive by Axton as he tried to drive, elevate, and get it over Edwards. And as a result, got it blocked and created a turnover. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That does not count. Good rebound by Hanks. Quickly shovel passes it to Pratt, and now Broken Bow will set up their offense. Here's McDaniel to Axton. Outside to Hightower. Hightower to Pratt, and now to Axton. Tried to get it in to Hightower in the paint, but coming across it was read by Hugo, and so that was Camarion King getting a hand on it, knocking out of bounds. Will be inbounded by Pratt. 7-5 still the score. 3:26 left in the first period. Very defensive game for the last 2 minutes at least. Neither team giving many looks, and there's a steal, and this could be attempted lay-in, and that was a steal and a two-pointer. Even things up by Edwards on the pass, and now it's Hugo that goes into the press. McDaniel picks up his dribble, then gets it across to Hightower. Hightower in the paint. Hightower elevating. Hightower changes hands and lays it off the glass. Does not get it to fall, but does draw the foul. That's going to send Adrian Hightower to the free throw line. The chance to break this tie and give the Savages the lead back. 3:05. Savages haven't trailed in this basketball game. Led throughout, all but the last 10 seconds of it. And Hightower has a chance to regain that lead, but first one hits the back of the bracket and bounces up and then off to the right, no good. Second shot from Hightower sails through the bottom of the silk. Hightower's first point, Savages 8th, they lead 8-7. There's Lorenzo King, then they get it out and back around to Edwards down in the corner. Sorry, that was the other King in the corner. Oh, nice job at knocking the ball loose. I think that was Jackson McDaniel that got in there, got a hand on it from behind. Knocked it out of bounds. And it winds up as a turnover. Good hustle by the Savages and quick reaction time. Inbound pass, Pratt with the ball. Very clean game this far, just a single foul. And here is a steal by the Buffs. They're going to go on a break, looking to get past Hightower. Now they slow it down. Oh, great defense by Axton to get in there and prevent any looks at the basket. Edwards inside to, I don't have that player's number. That was maybe the other Edwards. Let's check it. Anyway, it's a missed shot. Rebound, Broken Bow. Down in the corner, Axton thought about trying to pass it into Hanks and then thought better of it. Now he's off the dribble, driving, lays it back out to Pratt. To the McDaniel for three off the side. Little off on the line. Rebound, Hugo, and now here comes Edwards. Trying to drive the baseline, cut off by McDaniel. Now it's a three-point shot on the way, and no good. Rebound by Hightower. Hightower working against, I think it's Makai or Maki Edwards. I apologize if I'll just call you Edwards, and apologize for the mispronunciation. Here's a alley-oop, and somehow Axton did not travel or go out of bounds. Got it out to Pratt, shots off, and now it's Axton with the save, but it goes into the hands of Shelton, and a drive and bucket. Now the first lead of the game for Hugo, 9-8, 1:23 left. Savages have a chance to retake that. Here comes Hightower, bounce pass, Axton for three, no, high rebound. It's off the hands of Edwards, goes out of bounds, and so will be Broken Bow basketball with 1:06 left in the first period. Tomlinson comes into the game. He will inbound it under the bucket, or I guess to the side of the bucket. Thought about throwing it into McDaniel, then got a long inbound pass out to Hightower, who gets it back to Pratt. Now they'll set up the offense as the clock ticks under 1 minute in this first period. Drive in the not the baseline, in the paint. Shot is off the mark, rebounded by Hugo. Now working against Tomlinson inside, takes a hop and then winds up covered in white jerseys and nowhere to go. Good defensive reaction by Broken Bow. Hugo kicks it back outside. Shelton arches it over a player, and it's stolen by Pratt. And then goes off his foot. He recovers it across the timeline, gets it to Tomlinson. Savages have 26 seconds left to set up their offense and get a shot off. Here's McDaniel, back out Tomlinson. His shot's on the way. Three! Taylor Tomlinson! Busted it from outside. Savages now up by 2 with 12 seconds left. It'll be Hugo's opportunity to equal it or take a 1-point lead from outside. And Shelton looks like he's shoved off there. And wow, that was a great defensive effort. But the shot still goes through as Shelton did a fall-away jumper. And it's tied 11-11. That is your score as the Savage cheerleaders take the floor. Hey, that rhymed. Man, that's exciting basketball. And again, Savage is probably not a favorite in this one, but playing very well thus far in this first period. Take a quick break and have a word from one of our sponsors and then be back. You're watching Broken Bow Savage basketball on the Broken Bow YouTube channel.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Well, you see the exhaustion. I don't know if you call it exhaustion, but certainly fatigue on some of the players, and I don't blame them. The pace of this game has been brutal. It's not reflected on the scoreboard. It's 11-11, but they were running up and down the floor, and there were no easy baskets in that first period. It was contested every inch of the way, and Savage is making a good showing thus far. Yes, a lot of game left to play, but that scoreboard reads 11-11. It's a great shot by Shelton to end that first period, falling backward. Hugo will inbound the ball to start off this second period. Kicking it outside, Edwards, and then it looks like Thompson might have got a hand on it. Long, high rebound as Hightower brings it down for Broken Bow. And now it's going to be Pratt backing back out to the Savage shed, to Tomlinson, to Hightower, to McDaniel, and then back to Pratt. Axton bumping bodies in there, Hank's bumping bodies in there inside the paint, trying to get position, and Not able to do it yet. Here's Tomlinson, picks up his dribble, and now it's stolen away from a double team. He hustles, gets it back, and then, oh, what a great move. And somehow the ball did not go out of bounds. That was Tomlinson throwing it behind his back off a Hugo player, but it hit in bounds, and so Hugo retains it. Now Shelton looking, gets Hightower, and he may pull up and shoot it. Decides better of it. And there's, I don't have a number 12 on my roster for Hugo, but so maybe Jones, I don't know. There's a tie ball. Just McDaniel just muscled the ball out of the hands of Johnson. Just took it away from him. McDaniel to Pratt. Pratt moving, picks up and gets it back out to McDaniel in the corner. Nice pass between a couple of defenders, and that was miscommunication as Axton was on this side of the rim in the paint when McDaniel started that move, and then as McDaniel started the pass, Axton went to the other side, but the ball was knocked loose by Hugo, so Savage gets re-inbounded. Now it's Pratt to Axton. Axton driving. Axton with the floater. Oh, wow, nice move. Axton managed to stay in the air, and as he was going down right before he hit the floor, released it off the glass. 2 pointers, and now at the other end trying to get the equalizer. Does not. Ball still loose, and good defense, great rebounding. Hightower pulls it down. There's a bump from Shelton on Hightower. Quickly to Pratt, bounce pass. Axton in the corner. Axton to Tomlinson. Tomlinson looked, thought about. No, spin move by Tomlinson. Goes up, lays it off, and draws the foul. Nice job getting the foul. And so that'll send Tomlinson to the free throw line. His team leads by 2, has a chance to extend it to a 2-possession lead. 5:37 left, first half of basketball here in the final game of this 2025-26 Savage Classic, live from Broken Bow. Swish. Tomlinson. He becomes the 5th Savage to put points on the board. And he does it. Oh, fight for the rebound, and looked like Pratt struggling for it. Couldn't quite pull it down. 3-point lead, Broken Bow, 14-11. Here's Shelton backing up right in front of the Savage bench. Tomlinson gets screened, and now they switch over. Now it's going to be Hanks, and they throw it inside to Edwards. The elder Edwards. Here's a shot, long, and pulled down by Pratt. Pratt gets it quickly across. Oh, nice fake. Got a defender in the Shelton up in the air, and so, oh, a give and go, and that's great job. Good pass. Pratt, nice finish. Savage is looking great on that possession. Here's a shot off and into the hands of Hightower. Now tried to maybe get a fast break, and as a result, ball's knocked out of bounds. Will be inbounded by Broken Bow from the baseline. This is great teamwork by Broken Bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Savages now scoring, and just 16 points, but 6 different players on the floor contributing to that. Contributing to that as far as scoring. Everybody's contributing as far as passing, assisting, blocking, screening, etc. Team sport. But here's Hightower. Top of the key, still dribbling and trying to look for a crease or something. Nice bounce pass out to Axton on the wing. Axton gets it into Hanks somehow, and Hanks gets fouled, I believe, as that was a great little shovel pass to get it to Hanks, and then Hanks looked like he was prepared to go up, lay it off the glass, and got his arm hacked, and so that's the second team foul. That's a second team foul on Hugo, but also the second one on Edwards, the elder Edwards, I should say. Here's a long, of course, in the backup. Winds up in the hands of McDaniel, who quickly gets it to Hightower. Hightower working against Edwards, and now it's stolen. Wow, that was just a steal. Good hustle, and then gets the foul. Mekhi Edwards just picked the pocket of Hightower and then drew the foul and got the bucket at the other end. And that's cuts it to basically one possession, a 3-point game for Hugo. And Edwards has a chance to make it a 2-point game from the charity stripe. And he doesn't. Great rebound. Good job screening out and going up to get it by McDaniel. McDaniel needs help in the backcourt, gets it, got to get it across the timeline and then back out. Oh, stolen once again. This is second steal and his mini possession. Oh, a block at the other end. Colin Axton flying through the air, knocking it down. Now it's a fast break for Brokenbow. Long pass outside. Jackson McDaniel. Shot does not fall, however, and as he's falling out of bounds, looks like Johnson is able to keep it in bounds. Now it's out to Edwards on the wing. How fast is this game? I mean, that ball was almost out of bounds, and a second and a half later, it's at this end, 3-point shot on the way for Hugo. And that looks like a foul away from the ball. Let's see what it is. I believe that may be on Brokenbow and may be inbounded by Hugo. It is, and it is. That's the first one on Pratt, second team foul for the Savages of this period. As Hugo prepares to, they might try to get the ball in the paint. That's exactly what they do. Oh, wow, that was partially blocked by Hanks. Hanks fighting for it inside. Hanks got a piece of that one again. Hanks, 2 blocks. Third time, wow, that's 3 rebounds. And the ball's still up in the air, and then a foul's called. Goodness. Rylan Hanks really in there. And it's just hard to get over him, but the Savages unable to get the rebound following those either blocks or the ball bouncing. So, of course, I mean, pretty obvious that Hanks is the tallest person in there and the rebounder for Brokenbow. Once he goes out to block the ball, he's in the air and not in possession once it comes off the rebound to get it. And so free throw is good. 1-point game, 16-15. Savages trail by 1. 3 minutes left, first half. Here comes Axton, and somehow lets it fly toward the rim. Oh, wow, he got the ball outside to Pratt. Pratt for 3. Crew Pratt. Give an assist to Axton with a shovel. Crew Pratt gets it back to 4. Great 3-point shooting, and they're trying to answer at the other end. That goes back out of bounds. Man, that was a great series at this end, though, to get the ball directly under the basket. And then have the knowledge to know where your teammate's going to be. Throw it between 2 defenders out there to the corner, and Pratt just buried it. Saudi basketball, and there's a foul on the floor. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on Hugo. That's going to be the first one on King. Just to specify, Kamari and King. Bounce pass, Hanks to McDaniel. Outside, here's a shot from Hightower, no good. Rebound inside, and that's pulled down by Kamari and King. Now Shadow, wow, went for the steal. Hanks went for the steal, and so what created a little bit of a confusion, and the Savages get the ball. Good hustle there, as that was an off-balance shot following the steal attempt by Axton. Good reaction by his teammates, but then at the other end, it's going to be a foul on Lorenzo King. That's just his first, but the 4th team foul. Still a little over 2 minutes left. In fact, exactly 1 second over 2 minutes left. So any further fouls by Hugo likely to send Brokenbow to the free throw line. Plus, they're in a bit of foul trouble. Savages also had 5, I believe, in the first half, first period. The Savages slowing things. I don't know if they're intentionally slowing things down. Yeah, they are. Intentionally slowing things down just a bit with a 4-point lead and 1:44 and ticking left on the clock in this half. Here's McDaniel. Rotates it around to Tomlinson. And then to Hightower, and then to Axton. He pulls up, shoots it off the front, and looked like a foul. I think that's going to be on Hanks on the rebound attempt, and so that's going to be Hanks's first. Nope, I am mistaken. That is his second. second, and a 14 foul on Broken Bow. So 91 seconds left in the half, and Savages have a 4-point lead. But the Buffs have the basketball. Here's a shot, pulls up, no good. Off to the left and easily rebounded by Adrian Hightower. Hightower brings it across half court to McDaniel, to Axton, to Tomlinson, to Hanks, and then back to Tomlinson. Rotate through the entire lineup for the Savages on the floor. Passing, looking for an opening. Don't find one yet, under a minute left. Bounce pass, Hanks. Hanks in the paint, shovels it back out, gets back up. Tomlinson to Axton. And now it's Axton moving. Got cut off in the paint. Good move and good footwork by King for Hugo. Tomlinson for three, doesn't fall. Rebound Hugo, 39 seconds left. And Hightower, as that was Lorenzo King, either trying to get into the paint or trying to get Hightower off foot. Hightower stood his ground and forced a turnover. And there's a great defensive play cutting off the baseline by Taylor Tomlinson. And so Brookbo has the ball, 25.4 seconds left. Nice defensive move. Savages. Gutsy play. Again, at a breakneck, not a breakneck scoring pace, but the pace of this basketball game. This is the slowest it's been as they slowly bring the ball off the floor for what they hope to be the final shot of this half. They have a 4-point lead, can't extend that. Axton to Pratt, and that ball came off the foot of Lorenzo King. 4.7 seconds left, so Savage is going to look for a inbound and then a pretty quick shot. Long pass. Oh, great job getting it to McDaniel, and he lays it off the glass and in. Giving him an assist. Give McDaniel the 2-point bucket. And now here's a second shot off the glass. Great execution there in those final seconds. And as a result, the Savages have their biggest lead of the game, 21-15. And what an exciting job by Broken Bow. Stay here. We'll take a look at this Savage cheerleaders as they've taken the floor. As we have a long halftime period, usually run about 10 minutes, and that's you see the clock reset there in the bottom center of your screen, and so a lot to cheer about. I said Broken Bow, Broken Bow comes in as an underdog in this basketball game, and is just really executed well on the floor, making few mistakes, and have a lot of hustle. Of course, that's kind of a hallmark of these basketball teams. But man, they lead by 6 at halftime. We'll have to see what happens in the second half. Well, we got about 9.5 minutes till we tip off the second half, so we'll have some words from our sponsors and then be back in about 9:28 with the second half tip-off. You're watching the Savage Classic on the Broken Bow YouTube channel. See ya in 9 minutes.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Being on one of the best teams in the country, winning Big 12s, you're not wrestling for just yourself. You're wrestling for your team behind you, coaches, all the fans in the stands. You're wrestling for all the national championships that have been won in the past. That pushes you in the mat room, in the weight room, out on the competition mat. You have more than just you that you're wrestling for. This culture here is it's cowboy culture, so everybody here, we're all blood. It's really awesome.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting. I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid all my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid all my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Well, welcome back if you watching watches there the first half, and I suppose most of you probably were. Savages lead by 6, 21-15 over a very good Hugo Buffalo team. Just a great effort by the Savages. Son about 2 or 3 starters, and so and that may not be the case again. It's a great display by these young men. And here's the scoring. I'm going to talk about Hugo's first. It's Muddy Edwards, or Muddy Edwards, number 2. He's number 2 on there. He has 9 points. No other Buff has more than 2 points. It's Shelton, Lorenzo King, and Camarion King, each with 2. And that's holding Shelton to 2 points in the first half is a great job on the perimeter by Broken Bow. He is a deadly 3-point shooter. But the Savage scoring is emblematic of the way they have played as a team in the first place. There is no, nobody really stands out there. And again, that's very unusual. Once you get Creighton Howell back on the court, he's going to be in double figures often in the first period. But Savage's scoring goes Pratt with 5, McDaniel with 4, Tomlinson with 4, Axton with 5, Hanks with 2, and Hightower with 1. 6 different Broken Bow players putting up buckets, and as a result, they lead by 6. That's a remarkable accomplishment here, and they really did play well, too, and defensively as well. Well, about to tip off this second half of play. Let's see what kind of adjustments, if any, they've made at halftime. And we are off. Savages have McDaniel working against King. Oh, man, that was a pass, and it was actually in that. It looked like it had a chance of working as Hightower came down the baseline. Bounce pass from McDaniel there, but either Hightower didn't see it or just couldn't get to it, and so it's turnover. It'll be Hugo basketball. Here they get it out to Lorenzo King working against Pratt. He goes to the baseline, and then good job cutting that route off. Here's Edwards, the elder Edwards, slaying it off and struggle free rebound. Oh, and a big block down by Hanks. Well, what looked like it might be an easy lay-in by Shelton, and Hanks sent that one into the bleachers. Inbound. So Lorenzo King, ball's on the floor and goes out off of Malachi Edwards, and so it's got to be Broken Bow Savage basketball. Savages bring it down as Hightower gets it to Axton. Axton. Oh, I thought that's 4, not 14. That's going to be. I thought that was. I thought that second pass. That was Jackson McDaniel. I just couldn't see the corner of the jersey. Anyway. Here's a pass trying to get Shelton posted up. Can't do it. Ball's knocked loose, then scramble for. Pratt comes up with it. Quickly gets it to McDaniel, who gets it. Wow, nice pass from McDaniel. Quickly to Hightower. Hightower on the drive. Hightower with 2 points.
Adrian Hightower.
Good job of passing it to a player who then streaks down the court. Savages open up second half scoring. They now lead by 8, largest lead of any game. Here's Shelton for 3, long rebound, and then it was kicked by Pratt. Kind of went off his head and then kind of backward off his shoe. Here comes a drive inside. Lorenzo King can't get it, but does get the foul, and so that's going to send Lorenzo to the free throw line where he will shoot 2.
Fouls on Broken Bow number 21, Ryland Hanks.
It's going to be the second. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the second on Hanks. Scoreboard lists that as the third on Hanks, and that's a pun intended big reason that the Savages have managed to slow down the scoring, especially any kind of scoring in the paint by Hugo. Shots off the bracket, no good. 5 for the rebound, and Hanks comes, oh man, as a good sportsmanship show by Helton to help him up as I could hear that thud through my headset. Rylan Hanks, tough player. Mentioned basketball's not considered a contact sport, but there is a lot of contact, and a lot of it is with the hardwood, with no pads on. So they're going to have to, for safety's sake, clean up any moisture left on the floor. So momentarily stops play. Here's a drive, trying to drive against Hanks, works to get some space, can't get it. Man, that was another great defensive effort by Rylan Hanks, and as a result, ball goes out of bounds off Hugo and will be Savage basketball. Hanks having a good night in the paint defensively. Already has a couple of blocks, and there's a flying midair shot by Axton that does not fall. And here comes Lorenzo King, spin move. King made some space for himself, can't get it to fall though. In fact, that was a bit of an air ball. Might have altered it because of Hank's presence there. So now it's going to be Hightower trying to find an open teammate, kicks it back out to Pratt, who gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel to Axton, to Hightower. Hightower stalking around the border. Now it's out, good open look for Axton. Can't get it to fall, and a big rebound by Hightower. Savages keep possession. Lead by 8, under 5 minutes left, third period. Here's McDaniel working against King. Bounce pass from McDaniel to, oh, that is 4. That is not, I thought that was Crew Pratt, but that is a 4, not a 14. I think that is Crew Pratt, though. I think it just might have changed jerseys. Anyway. Savages do turn it over, however, and so now it's Hugo ball. Oh man, that's a will look like a travel. He got rid of it though, and that's a putback by Shelton. Just his second bucket of the game. And here's a nice pass all the way. Hightower lays it off, can't get it to fall. Fight for the rebound. Hightower somehow comes back with that, and now it's batted loose. And, oh, man, that is a player. I think that's Hightower down. I hope he's not injured. That's going to be a point at the other end, and Hightower is very slow getting up and limping toward the midcourt stripe over there. Shakes his head as in, I'm okay, coach. But that was a Shelton. Now, again, you've got to watch when Quincy Shelton starts to heat up, as he just had 2 points in the first half, but he already has 4 here in the second. And we are only 4 minutes in and has an opportunity to make it 5, and he does on the +1. And if he starts to feel it. And again, that's just an errant pass. That's going to be another easy 2 points for Shelton. Shelton now has 7 points. In fact, all 7 points in the second half for Hugo or from Quincy Shelton. It's now a 1-point game. 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here and talk this over. And in fact, Savages again had a 6-point lead coming out of the locker room for this second half, but it has been almost all Hugo, and it has been almost all Quincy Shelton since then. And the opportune timeout to say, hey, we still have a 1-point lead, so let's keep that. You see Ryan Woolsey there urging his charges like, you got to cut number 5 off. You can't give him those looks at the basket. Easier to say than do. I'm sure opponents of Brookbo say, yeah, you got to stop that number 4. And that's just oh wow, that's a mistake. As that's going to be another turnover, and that gives Hugo an opportunity to take the lead. Hugo's never led in this basketball game, as tied it up at 11. But wow, that was just a dribble, and now they have the lead. Guess who? Quincy Shelton. Man, he has had a whale of a third period. Shelton has 9 points in the last 4.5 minutes. He had 2 the entire first half. Savage is going to have to get a handle on him. So here comes Pratt off the dribble, kicks it out to Axton, down to Hightower. Hightower looking inside. Now Hightower backs back out. Has a defender on him, and there's a travel called. Or was it a foul? No, that was a foul.
Foul on Hugo, number 20, Jacavian Tarver.
And that's going to be the first foul, I think. Did he say Carver? Yeah, that's 20. That's a different player. So Carver's first foul, second team foul for the Buffs. Looking to inbound, get it into McDaniel. He's going to back it out to the corner, then gets it out near midcourt to Axton. Now it's Axton down in the corner. Oh, wide open look for Pratt. Oh, in and out. Unkind rim, spits it back out. Look at the hustle of Hanks as Shelton tries to take it coast to coast. Tie ball called. Great job getting a hand in there, as when Shelton stopped in the paint to try to, it was that 2-foot stop where you take a leap after that. As soon as he did that, the ball was tied up. I think that was either McDaniel or Pratt in there, and could have been Hightower. Anyway, great job. And here's Axton, and he gets, wow, that was a clean block. That was crazy. That was, I believe that was King on the block. Nope, that was Edwards on that block. Now it's Edwards for Hugo, passing it around. Buffs lead by 1. Now it's inside, trying to make it, and that's another. And Bostic becomes the first Hugo player, not named Quincy Shelton, to score in the second half. Oh, bullet pass and a little bit too much, and now Savage is down by 3. 1 possession. Hugo trying to make it multiple possessions. Ball falls off into the hands of, oh, great block by Hanks inside. Might be a travel or a foul. Let's see what the call is. The first one was a clean block, and the second one was a foul. So that's going to be a foul. I think that's the 4th one on, if it is indeed on Hanks. Oh, a steal by McDaniel, and then he's immediately fouled. That's going to be the 3rd team foul. Or, well, no. My mistake. The foul's actually called on McDaniel.
Fouls on Hugo, number 10, Caden Jones.
No, I'm sorry. It is on Hugo. Wrong number 10. I saw the number 10 pop up on the scoreboard. I said, well, bad news. No, that was indeed. That was a great play by Jackson McDaniel as he got the steal and then drew the foul. So now Savages have a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it up with a 3, and that's going to be a foul prior to the shot, but that's going to be the 4th team or 5th team foul, I believe.
Hugo, number 20, Jacavian Tarver.
So that's Tarver's second foul in quick succession. That is the 4th team foul. Inbound, Ballyhoop, pitch back, and it's good. Wow, that was great. That was a 1-touch pushback from Hanks to McDaniel. McDaniel inbounded it, took 1 step in, and then it just perfectly executed, winds up with 2 points. Now it's back to a 1-point ball game. Buffalo's 4 team fouls as Shelton indicates a play at the top of the key, and that looked like that may be on Pratt. That could be a pushing foul on Pratt. It is indeed. That's going to I think that's just his second, but it's a 3rd team foul on Broken Bow. Man, there's another.
Fouls on Hugo, number 21, Camden Boston.
And that's the 5th team foul on the Buffaloes. Not a shooting foul because it's in the backcourt. but you see, lost the handle on it quickly, but that was just right to Tomlinson. Tomlinson managed to keep it from going back across the timeline. Now it's back to Tomlinson, bounce pass, out to Pratt. Pratt's moving the baseline. Pratt with a spin move, back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson gets it, actually not stripped, but dribbles off of the Hugo player's foot, and that's going to wind up 2 points for Hugo. Under a minute left, back to a three-point game, 28-25. Buffalo's with the lead. Very defensive struggle. Now, both these teams usually scoring in the 50s. I say that. Savages, of course, it's only their second game, so it's kind of hard to tell. But at least from last year with many return starters. There's a one-hopper, and it's a block. Huge block by Hanks in the paint. Hanks with the rejection. Pratt to Tomlinson. Savages working for the final shot of this third period. If it's from behind the perimeter and goes in, it'll be a tie ball game going into the final 8 minutes. Out to Hightower, to Tomlinson. Shelton tried to reach under and knock the ball loose. Now it's out. There's 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Back out. It's going to have to be Pratt's going to have to take it. Pulls up, shoots it. Oh, right off the front of the rim. And so remains a 3-point advantage for Hugo going into this final 8 minutes. Exciting basketball here on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel as the Savage cheerleaders come out onto the court. 8 minutes left. It's a barn burner. 28-25. Hugo leads. We'll be back with a final 8 minutes in the last 8 minutes of the 2025-26 Savage Classic. See you in 15.
We all have stories. Stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Welcome back. Man, it's exciting basketball going on here. 3-point game. And again, Hugo with the Savage players out. Hugo a favorite, I'd say a fairly heavy favorite coming into this game. Savages have played an extraordinary basketball though, and especially extraordinary defense. And I mean, Hanks in that paint, really, you've got guys that can penetrate, drive in, release the ball off the rim, keep you flying, make a lot of points by driving the lane. And I think that the fact that we have Rylan Hanks in there makes a huge difference. And from the part of the first game in the boys bracket that I watched, the Wright City Lumberjacks versus this Hugo team, and the way I saw Hugo driving the Wright City, excellent basketball team. If you're a Bromo fan, you probably are very aware of how good Wright City is, and Hugo really did a good job driving the paint, getting those points. They haven't been able to do that against Broken Bow. Very defensive game. Still nobody's broken 30 points, and we have less than 8 minutes left. Here comes Colin. Back out to Adrian. And Hightower just throws it up at the end to keep Red from walking, and somehow managed it went to Hanks. And so good thinking, quick thinking anyway, to not travel and keep the possession alive. Here is Pratt. Pratt, that was a nice dribble as he got the man off, then trips over himself. Somehow the Savages have kept the basketball alive. And in their possession, that shot was rebounded by Hugo. And look at the hustle of Hanks getting back down court. And there is just a great block. Basically a strip by Axton from behind, preventing that shot. And here's a three-pointer from King, bounces out and is rebounded by Axton. Savages on the move. Axton, now he gets double-teamed, needs some help looking for it, and doesn't have any. Ball's in midair, and that's a lay-in by Bostic. That's his second bucket of this second half, but now it's a 5-point lead for Hugo. And you see the press there midcourt. Now, good job breaking it out to Pratt on the wing. Pratt back to Axton. Axton top of the key. Axton makes a move. Shovel pass to Pratt. Now they're going to reset the offense with Hightower in the key. And now it's Axton at the top of the key. Axton makes the move, double pump fake, and Axton lays it in. Nice aerial acrobatics from Axton. Good shot to finish it. 3-point ball game. Bounce pass to Edwards, loses the handle on it. And then they regain it. Setting up the offense from the corner. It's going to be a bullet pass. Wow, that looked like an open shot. And here's a three-pointer, and that falls. Wow, that was a great save. And, oh, man, Tomlinson looked like he definitely got a piece of the ball and prevented probably an easy two-point shot. But he did commit the foul, and so that's just going to be his first of this period. But it was in the act of shooting. Will send Quincy Shelton to the free throw line to make it, with the opportunity to make it a two-possession game. Shelton has 11 points thus far. 9 of them. That'll make that 10 of them and make that 12 total in this second half. What a difference it's been. As Edwards was by far the leading scorer for the Buffaloes, the Savages did a good job of just basically freezing out Shelton. Only 2 points, 1 2-point bucket in the first half. He has come alive here in the second. And good rebound off the missed free throw, though. McDaniel signaling to Pratt to get back. There's a guy there. And so Savages get it across. Oh, nice. Tomlinson, bounce pass, nobody there. It looked like he and Axton, he's pointing, he and Axton communicating. Axton was over in the corner. And he expected Axton to move toward, down the baseline toward him for that bounce pass. And that did not happen. Again, I don't know if that was the call. I don't know which one of them is at fault, or if it's just miscommunication, but it turns the ball over. And so Hugo now, with a 4-point lead, has an opportunity to extend it, and they do.
And then
Bostic, who had no points in the first half, has 6 here in the second. Now it's a 6-point game. Savages in a little bit of trouble. Quickly to Tomlinson. Tomlinson driving, shits. Oh, nice job. Should get outside, shoveling it, and now it's a good rebound by McDaniel. And there's McDaniel for 3. McDaniels is in and out, and oh, great rebound inside Hanks. Or sorry, that wasn't Hanks. Oh, and what a finish by McDaniel. That was Pratt, not Hanks. Pratt with a pass to McDaniel. McDaniel with the windmill shot. And there's a contact, no foul, and that results in 2 points for Bostic. Bostic now has 8 in the second half. And here's the trap, trying to get down. They're going to foul Pratt. Back to a 6-point game. A lot of time left, 4:23. As see, Tomlinson goes out and Hanks comes in for Broken Bow. First team foul of the final period on the Buffs. Here's Pratt. Working against Shelton. Pratt trying to make some space. Can't. Shovels it outside. Now it's, stolen by Shelton. Shelton against McDaniel. Shelton with the lay-in. Man. Quincy Shelton. Quincy Shelton now has double figures in the second half. Oh, it's a good save. And full court pass and an easy bucket. And once again, it's Shelton, and he gets the +1. Sorry, that's a timeout, not a foul. But Shelton has really come alive. We're going to stay right here and talk this over. But, again, that first half, Savages, keep in mind, they came out of the locker room to start this second half with a 6-point lead, and now they trail by 10. So not only unable to score, but unable to stop Quincy Shelton. So whatever adjustment Hugo made with Shelton in the locker room, it is definitely working. As Shelton now has 6 2-point buckets plus 2 free throws. So 14 points here in the second half. Bostic also, who had 0 points, has, in fact, Shelton and Bostic are the only players to score, I believe, for DeQueen in this second half. Savages Again, just much like the first half, distribute the ball around, scoring is even. Hightower has 2, McDaniel has 4, and Axton has 2. But Savages have not been able to hit it for actually nobody. Nobody's hit a three-pointer in this second half, and both these teams, they're fairly decent three-point shooting teams. It's just that perimeter, it's been a defensive game, and they have shut down that perimeter, not allowing looks. And here's a little bit of a press as Hightower bounce pass to Pratt, down to Colin Axton. Oh man, it does not. That was a good look, but it doesn't fall. And so, and again, you kind of have to do those. Less than 3.5 minutes left. You're down by 10. You're going to have to get some three-point buckets. Oh, nice. I think that was actually another block by Hanks. Bounce pass and a mistake by the Buffaloes gives the Savages a little hope as they now have the basketball. Mentioned the possession arrow is in favor of Hugo. So not much to speak of regarding foul trouble as each team has a single team foul. Here's Hightower. Hightower bounce pass across to Tomlinson. Tomlinson down to McDaniel, back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson looking, working, driving. Tomlinson! Taylor Tomlinson from the corner came across to the opposite side, laid it in with his left hand off the glass. Back down to a single-digit deficit for the Savages, but time is ticking away, 2:38, 2:37, 8-point difference. And Hugo, well, they're going to shoot it. I was going to say Hugo might be content to just try to milk some time off the clock, but they take a shot, it misses, and McDaniel winds up with the basketball. Savages looking to cut into that lead. McDaniel working inside. McDaniel kicks it back outside. Hightower for 3. Hightower's no good. Winds up being rebounded. Oh, wow. Here's a full court pass to Shelton. Shelton driving down, and then that's going to be a continuation play. They're asking for it. That shot should probably be waved off because he actually fouled. Great job getting back defensively by Broken Bow. As that pass was from inside the paint at this end all the way to the other end. There were 2 defenders down there for Broken Bow. And I'll tell you, Rylan Hanks, for a big guy, sure can hustle because he went coast to coast on that to get down there defensively. Here's McDaniel for 3, and it's Hanks with the rebound. Out to Tomlinson, 1:49 and ticking. Back to Hanks, and he just hands it to Tomlinson. Oh, nice bounce pass to Hanks in the paint, and he somehow misses it. That was a great pass by Tomlinson. Tried the finger roll and doesn't get it to fall, and then at the other end, that goes in, and now it's back to a 10-point ball game with 91 seconds left. Press is on to Hightower, and time and hope running out for Broken Bow as far as winning this game, as now back down by 10. 82 seconds left and the possession arrow in favor of their opponent. Yeah, what an effort, though. As I said, they were, I'd say, a fairly heavy underdog in this game. And it's not over yet. Anything can happen. Let's see if Pratt can hit it. Nope, good line, just not the right distance. And more Pratt, look at that. Look at the hustle. You gotta hand it to Pratt, as Crew Pratt did not give up at all on this. I mean, he's played pretty much this whole basketball game over there fighting right in front of the bench for the basketball, and as a result, Savages get it back. That's a competitor. Here comes Tomlinson, spin move in the paint. Tomlinson goes crashing into the boards, and then there's a collision. Tie ball. It will go to Hugo, but that will switch the possession arrow to Broken Bow. Again, under a minute left, 10-point difference, but now the Savages have the possession arrow back in their favor. And they are going into the full court press. McDaniel defensively on the corner trying to get the trap on, and now they get it. Hugo gets it across to Edwards, and there's a back block possibly, and somehow the Savages wound up with the basketball. Throw it down to McDaniel. McDaniel for 3. McDaniel's shot rebounded. Axton puts it up, and Axton draws the foul. That'll send Colin Axton to the free throw line with 40.5 seconds left.
Fouls on Hugo, number 5, Quincy Shelton.
This is one of you really, really want to make the first free throw. The second one, in fact, with Rylan Hanks in there, he might miss the second one even on purpose with an opportunity for the rebound. And for just not Savage's night as far as kind rims. His first one falls off. So, and now they're going to send Hanks back to the defensive end. Shots up. That one's right through the bottom of the net. Good form by Axton. He'd like to reverse the order of those shots, but here's Bostic, possibly, and that was a good challenge to Axton as he went up and managed to use his body to keep the ball away from Axton. And the time ticking away, Savages look like they are going to lose this one as well. But here's McDaniel for three. McDaniel's just off a little, and the guy gets his own rebound, goes back, and then it's a tip in by Hanks. So there you go. That's going to do it for the Savage Classic for this year. And again, it's well, man, what a ball game though. I mean, it was in question until the final minutes. Savages led at half by 6 and played their hearts out. Sure appreciate that competitiveness. And again, I'd say this again, you play with who you have, but keep in mind you've got a couple of guys that will be in the next Savage basketball game that weren't in this one that are going to put up quite a few points. One of those beating the all-time leading freshman scorer for Broken Bow and possibly the all-time leading scorer. That remains to be seen as Braden Howe will return in our next scheduled ball game. Well, that's going to do it for me. Thanks to all our media partners. Thanks to Fredo Morales for running the camera tonight. And we'll be back probably with Skip Copeland next time we play. I think our next broadcast, our live stream may be when the Savages take on Atoka. And so we'll bring you both of those games. Keep posted, or keep a view on the Broken Bow Public Schools Facebook page where we'll post the links, times, and information for the live streams. For everybody here, I'm Chris Chandler. Good night. And remember, it's always a good night to be a Savage. See you next time.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.